Is Baptiste the best support in Overwatch? In my opinion, he might be. What's good, all of you lovely toxic pieces of sunshine? It's your boy Daffy, and I'm back at it again, man. So far, I've made 2 videos regarding Overwatch supports, those being Lifeweaver and Kiriko. And in both those videos, I discussed briefly the fact that I still think that neither of them necessarily measure up to Baptiste. But why? Why do I think Baptiste is simply just the best? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Real quick, if you are seeing this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Past couple videos have been doing really well. If you want me to make more Overwatch analysis videos, please let me know down in the comments. I appreciate it. But anyway, Baptiste has one of the most accessible gameplay loops in this entire game. Before discussing that, we gotta discuss his abilities. Baptiste's primary fire is a 3-shot burst with a pretty manageable recoil pattern, and his alternate fire is a burst grenade that heals allies within a small AoE. One thing about Baptiste that makes him good is that his healing grenades and his primary fire bullets are separate. So if you happen to run out of one, you still have another one to lean on depending on what you're doing. Unlike some people. Baptiste has a small AoE heal that heals himself as well as allies around him, but it has no effect on how he shoots. So you can keep the momentum going of firing off damage and healing your team as well while you're trying to get some picks in. One of Baptiste's strongest abilities is his immortality field, which prevents any allies within it from dying. Albeit if they incur something that would kill them, they have a baseline amount of health with around 10%, I believe, that they can't go under. Is your Hanzo out of position and you need to reload? Immortality. Is your Reinhardt suicide charging without the rest of his team and about to complain about no heals? Immortality. Is your other support getting dove by a Winston and you need them alive so you can kill everybody under the team? Immortality. The actual health of the immortality field isn't a huge amount, but it's substantial enough to turn the tides of a team fight. Baptiste's ultimate is also extremely good at dealing out some good shit as well. Baptiste's amplification matrix will amplify ally projectile damage and healing that goes through it. So if you're in the middle of a team fight and they're popping up ultimates to the other team, if you have a Baptiste window, you're sitting in the back line, you puff that window and you start punching a bunch of healing grenades into your Orisa, Junker Queen, or Ramattra, whatever it is, odds are you'll probably win that fight. Probably. It's not guaranteed, but probably. Now, why do I think Baptiste is so good compared to the other supports that surround him? So if we compare him directly with Ana, who I'd say was probably his biggest competition, I think damage is another big thing. Ana can do good damage, but she can't do it at the same time as her healing. She doesn't really have that synergy, because with Ana, you need to go all or one. You need to go straight damage or straight healing when it comes to these fights. With Baptiste, you have the flexibility of doing both. Whenever you're shooting, whenever you're putting out a bunch of damage, whenever you're getting these headshots, when you hit that small burst heal while you're doing it, you're still providing tech to your team. Now granted, innate is an incredibly strong ability, but it can get turned off by Kiriko. Kiriko doesn't have anything that counters Baptiste directly. The only thing that Baptiste does have is his immortality, but she can't do anything to that. Neither can Ana. Nobody can do anything to the immortality field except a Sombra or a Diva Nuke or something like that. Granted, everybody can shoot it, but no one can really turn it off necessarily. And Baptiste's damage is absolutely ridiculous. It is so easy to just play him like a DPS. Literally, whenever I'm playing the game, I will just switch on and say, fuck it, I'm going healer 76. Everybody's gotta die. If there's ever a Pharah on the enemy team, there's a DPS that your team is struggling with, you could just play Baptiste and you can just play both roles. It's so easy. We compare him directly to somebody like Moira, where Moira is just healing, damage, and there's nothing else. I mean, with Moira, you vaguely have, you know, her line control where you kind of prevent people from pushing up too far out of fear of challenging you and all this other stuff, but Moira doesn't really have any tech that she can offer her team besides coalescence pushes. That's pretty much it. We compare him to somebody like Lucio. Now granted, Lucio is still good, but I definitely don't think he's better than Baptiste. Number one, because they do totally different things, comparing Lucio's speed and his alternative healing to Baptiste, where you get a lot more raw numbers coming out of Baptiste. But I definitely think that Lucio, his damage just doesn't quite add up to Baptiste, because Lucio's projectiles are not hit scan while Baptiste is hit scan, and you get that immediate reward. We compare him to somebody like Brig. Now granted, Brig did get better with that ult change that she got, but it still doesn't compare to anything he really does. I mean, if Brig gets dove, yeah, she'll do better than a Baptiste, for example, but Baptiste still just outputs so much more raw damage. I really can't see it. If we compare him directly to someone that can probably match his damage more so than Ana, would probably be Zenyatta, but the thing about Zen is that Zen doesn't have any movement abilities. One thing I have not mentioned yet about Baptiste are his exo boots. His exo boots let him charge up a jump and jump proportionally farther than your regular jump, and it can get you out of sticky situations such as an ultimate, such as lane clear abilities, and all these different things. So yeah, you have a bunch of different things at your disposal with a Baptiste. So real quick, I want to address this whole pick rate chart that I've been putting in a lot of my videos recently. Kiriko is actually number 3. There you go, Moira, Cassidy, Soldier 76, Hanzo, Reinhardt, Genji, Zenyatta, and then Baptiste, who is right above Ashe. Now, does that mean Baptiste is bad? Absolutely not. For me personally, it's surprising seeing that Zenyatta and Genji, as well as Moira, are above Baptiste. That's weird to me, because it's just overall and competitive. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe this is, I'm assuming this includes all the ranks, but in higher level lobbies, I really cannot see why you would have a Zenyatta or a Moira over Baptiste. I can't see it. Also, more often recently, in my higher level games, I've been seeing a lot more DPS Baptiste with like 16 to 15k damage done with about like 3,000 healing. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's everywhere. Am I that good? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to attempt to try, but that's just something I've been seeing. Baptiste has incredible dual potential as well, because it's so easy for him to just output simple damage and play like a DPS. There's really no fear of having to worry about, oh, do I have this movement ability to get out of this fight, or do I have to play more reserved because I'm playing Brig or something like that. Baptiste doesn't have that. He can just play like a regular smaller character that he is. All right, this is Daffy in post, but real quick to emphasize this point, I just wanted to make sure that's clear that when I talk about dual potential with Baptiste and it being better than other supports, what I mean by that is that, say with the Moira, you're fighting a DPS or something like that, you're not playing a hit scan, you're playing this slow leech ability, or say with Zenyatta, you're playing with these very fast moving orbs. With Baptiste, you're playing almost on an equal playing field because you're playing a hit scan character. Say if like a Junkrat tire is coming at you with like a Moira, a Brig, or something like that, there's pretty much nothing you can do to it, as opposed to Baptiste where you can just shoot it like every other DPS in the game. You know what I mean? So you don't have to adjust your play style so hard because you're playing Baptiste as opposed to other characters such as, again, Brig, Zen, Moira, Mercy. You know what I mean? So yeah. Honestly, it's so easy to just beat the holy shit out of the other team whenever they try to do something and just farm ult charge off of a Hog, Orisa, whatever it is. I think you'll see some of that in my video, but yeah, just let me know what you guys think, man. Do you guys think that Baptiste is the best support in Overwatch? Do you think that he's second best, third best compared to whoever? Let me know. All right, thank you guys for joining me on this video. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. All right, peace.